I have been actively planning and training for this adventure for a year and a half. I've reassured my parents that I'll be safe, that this isn't as crazy as it sounds. I've quit my job. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I am through hiking the Appalachian Trail. It is early April. In the mountains of Georgia, spring has not yet sprung. It is a brown, leafless landscape. It will take me 6 months to backpack more than 2,000 miles along the Appalachian Trail, from Springer Mountain in Georgia to Mount Katahdin in Maine. I've never done anything like this before in my life.
Yeah, but we could still see plenty of vistas.
It is nice. We probably didn't even track over any of that, but we probably went from that way. I don't really know.
Lots of other people are out here, all of us eagerly anticipating the journey that lies ahead. We talk excitedly about gear and our plans. We take on trail names. At first, I feel awkward introducing myself as Punster, but it doesn't take long before I nearly forget my real name as I become absorbed into the hiking culture.
Those are the same tents.
Different model.
The same size?
I meet lots of wonderful people. After a few days, we become a trail family. I hike with Topsy-Turvy, Running Water, Salt, Greenleaf, Signfield, Blue Moon, and many others. Some thru hikers I see for just a short time before either they or I pull ahead or fall behind. I may or may not see them again during the course of the thru hike. Some I see on and off for months. Seasons and I manage to stay together for the entire journey. The early days are filled with enthusiasm. The air is thick with adventure. The hiking is difficult as our bodies groan and adjust to hiking every day with full backpacks up and down mountain after mountain after mountain. Signs of spring begin to appear. As I hike up steep slopes in the chilly air, I notice tiny blue flowers bravely emerging along the trail. They look delicate but must be very strong to grow in the uncertainty of early spring. They are my reward for arriving at this place, and they are my inspiration to continue hiking. If they can be strong, then so can I. I did not expect to hike alone this much. While I don't mind the solitude, I do enjoy talking to others and passing time in conversation.
But we will get there.
I see other hikers as we pass one another. Usually I am the one being passed as I seem to have a relatively slow pace. I may hike for portions of the day with others, but I am alone much more often than I am with company. We meet up at the end of the day when we make camp for the night. We commiserate, laugh, and compare notes. We set up tents or prepare spots in the shelters. We cook our meals, eat, then go to sleep completely exhausted.
Tired, Mommy. You want to go night-night. Go ahead.
My body is stiff as I start hiking each day, but I loosen up soon enough. By the time I hike 8 miles, my feet are sore. They ache every single day, sometimes bringing me to tears. But I hike on. I try to notice the simple splendor that I come across every day. I think about how lucky I am to be here, to be hiking, to have this opportunity to be exactly where I am. I start to increase my daily mileage. Initially, I hiked about 8 to 10 miles per day. But now, a month into the thru-hike, I am routinely hiking 14 miles a day, sometimes more. When we struggle, our brains come up with a multitude of reasons to leave the Appalachian Trail, to go home, back to the lives we had known before. Our bodies hurt. We are exhausted every day. It's raining and muddy. Sleeping in the shelters is unpleasant. We have important things to do at home. We miss our families and friends. We've been backpacking long enough. While thoughts of home may be calling, those of us who remain on the trail rise to our desire to continue. We know that in order to make it to Katahdin, we have to battle negative thoughts, push them aside, and focus on the positive aspects. Through the difficulties, we see beauty and feel gratitude. We stubbornly put one foot in front of the other, hour after hour, day after day, week after week. We hike because we have to, because this is what we have chosen to do. Everyone likes the perfect days with blue skies and comfortable temperatures, but I notice and appreciate that I make good time on rainy days. And sometimes the rainy days have a particular kind of special feel, despite some discomfort. I love hiking in the fog. The mist feels magical and peaceful, the land enchanted.
There were 5 of us in the group.
After hiking for about 6 weeks, something happens. The mood among the backpackers is noticeably different. We are no longer charged with the giddy enthusiasm of a new adventure. We realize that we are in it for the long haul. We have a tremendous distance to walk to reach Mount Katahdin in Maine. We have to hike through the cold, the heat, the rain, the tedium, and the pain. We have to find the strength of perseverance within ourselves if we are to possibly achieve the goal of hiking the entire Appalachian Trail this year. Being out day after day after day is no longer an extraordinary experience. It is simply how we live and what we do. The muscles in my upper body shrink. My body fat seems to melt away. My legs grow increasingly powerful. They are more muscular than I could have imagined. They are strong enough to carry me more than 2,000 miles, up and down mountains, across fields and streams, and over any number of rocks. I stop in towns along the trail every 6 days or so. Sometimes I just go to the post office to pick up my resupply box. Sometimes I spend a night or two in a hotel or hostel. I am always happy to get to a town and shower, eat at a restaurant, do laundry, make phone calls to people at home, and sleep in a real bed. But I am also always happy to return to the trail to continue the hike. I had imagined that I would be able to lose myself deep in thought as I hiked. Sometimes this does happen, but I find that hiking typically requires a remarkable amount of concentration.
Beautiful day. On the rocks.
I focus on the terrain in front of me, trying to walk smoothly and efficiently. I calculate the distance and time to my next destination. I take stock of what part of my body is hurting at the moment. I make sure I'm drinking enough water. I ration my snacks and, like all thru-hikers, think excitedly about food throughout the day.
Yum.
Oh, yeah.
Summertime. Picking berries. Moments of pure delight. Refreshed and smiling, I hike on.